This is the KitchensinkWP Podcast episode 387.
I program my home computer.
We have a server crash, 404 error, page not found, links aren't working, system is crashing, system is crashing, system is crashing.
Your old HTML website, barely alive. We have the technology. We have WordPress. A new website, better than it was before. Better, stronger, faster. Why, hello, everybody. This is Adam Silver, the host of the KitchensinkWP Podcast. Thanks for being here. Let's get started. All right, upcoming events. Actually, I have one to tell you about. There are no WordCamps, but this one's called the WP Growth Summit. It's over at WPGrowthSummit.com. It's August 17th. It's put on by Automatic, actually. And I believe it's August 17th in the U.S., All right, here we go. It is, So in the Americas and EMEA, it's August 17th, 11 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. Eastern. Asia Pacific, it's August 18th, 11 a.m. to 4:30 Asia Pacific time. So you can also check the website, WPGrowthSummit.com. It's $25, so it's pretty affordable, pretty cool. So check it out if you're interested there. Also upcoming, like I said, no camps. Oh, I've also seen, though, online, on Twitter, whatnot, there's been some meetups starting up again, I believe in person. So with that said, I'm actually looking to get one here in the Raleigh area going again. So if you're local, let me know if you'd go. I'm thinking maybe, I don't know, I'm just trying to figure out when, maybe in August sometime. So there we go. All right, moving on in the news for segment one, a couple of things. Acquisitions continue. Now the acquisition news is that Tiny, the maker of TinyMCE, they have acquired Setka. Setka is a content design and editing platform. And for those who may not know, I did a review on the plugin way back on episode 155. There's a link in the show notes if you want to go back and check that. Maybe I should recheck that out because it's been a long time, obviously, since I looked at it, see what's changed over the years. So, congratulations to that acquisition. And also in the news, Tumblr has started to allow bloggers to charge for subscriptions. So that way the writers can make money on their work. And pretty cool. Looks like it'll be creators can charge $3.99, $5.99, or $99 a month. It'll give the readers access to any posts they decide they designate for subscribers only. It's a limited beta right now for select creators only. And for those who don't know, in case you forgot, I did a review on Tumblr back on episode 307. I'll put a link in the show notes there too if you want to go back and check that. All right, moving on, segment two, the meat and potatoes of this week's show, WordPress 5.8 highlights. As I mentioned last week, 5.8 dropped back on July 20th, and it's called Tatum, and named in honor of jazz pianist Art Tatum. And for those who also may recall, I'm not a huge user of the latest version, the block editor inside of the latest version of WordPress. You know, Gutenberg, now just the block editor. We don't use it over to the agency side of things. We have a stack that we use, the tools that we use, and it works for what we want to do. And that being said, and after spending a little bit more time every day, every week with the block editor lately, I've been doing some side work, just hobby stuff, goofing around a little bit here and there. I am slowly coming around. So with that, yes, slowly. It hasn't happened yet. I haven't rebuilt a whole site yet with it, but I'm testing things, and I have an idea of maybe repurposing one of the sites that I run, personally speaking, and maybe a new domain. Have not yet bought a domain this year either, but maybe to come this next month. I have something coming up. Anyway, I may build it entirely with the block editor. We'll see. So with that, here are some highlights of the new version from 5.8 in no specific order. I went around, I poked around at it, I checked it out based on what was written, and it's pretty cool. First and foremost, what is that? The first one here. Yeah, block-based template editor. Pretty cool. You can now make custom templates for posts and pages with blocks, but no PHP. You use blocks, no more code-based to do this. Pretty cool. I kind of got my head wrapped around it. I didn't quite do it all the way, but I know it's doable. So that was interesting. It's kind of the first thing, one of the highlights. Just the fact that there's no more PHP necessary to do that was pretty neat. One of my favorite highlights was this. Interesting. The query loop block. Now, this is interesting because it lets you customize what info is presented where you want it to, which is great. But again, because I don't use the block editor, we don't use it in the agency, our theme, our page builder, can do this for a long time now. And actually, this used to be done back in the day in code in the theme itself, and then plugins like Loop Buddy from iThemes Wow, that's a long time ago. Yeah, we used to use Loop Buddy a long time ago to do the same thing, but now it's built into the stack we use, which is Beaver Builder, as for themer, and also the plugin, the plugin itself. And I believe other builders can do the same functionality. But it's really good to see that this is coming to core, in my opinion. More options makes it easier for people who don't have a stack of tools they're already using, so it's already there. And I think this will be even more impactful when full-site editing is really here, like in the next version. 5.9, by the way, is due out in December, if I'm not mistaken. So the query loop block, sorry, it's pretty cool. It's just not quite there, I don't think. But it works. I did test it, so kind of neat. Anyway, okay, moving on. Number 3 here, blocks as widgets. So the widget area has been taken over by blocks. Most legacy widgets are now in a block, but now you can also use any Gutenberg block in a widget. It's kind of very meta there. So the key takeaway here is widgets are no longer gone, totally usable, and the management area has been redesigned as well. Super helpful. So that's pretty cool. And lastly, for this, is this the last one? I think so. I believe it is. Design-wise, duotone for images. You can add filters to any image. You get 2 high contrast for colors. It's pretty cool. I did test this around as well, and I thought it was kind of neat. So it's a visual addition that makes images kind of pop a little bit if you want them to do that. So kind of neat. So anyway, check that out as well. I thought there was one more. Hold on one second here. Nope, I guess that was it. Just those 4, I believe. Yeah, so like I said, where to go? Block-based template editor, query loop block, blocks as widgets, and the duotone, right? That was it? Yeah, that's it. All right, so there you have it. 5.8, it seems solid. I have had no issues on the sites that we've updated so far. Again, before you do the update, make sure you have a good backup in place. And some hosts and some servers kind of wait a bit before you can actually even update it. It just depends on your hosting platform of choice. So check that out as well. Make sure you have a backup. That's the key right there. Have a backup. All right, moving on. Segment 3, tip and tool of the week. This week's tip, it's a tool called Revisions Extended. I found this, I'm not sure where I saw this. It allows users to schedule revisions and updates for posts that have already been published. So you can then do a new post. You can update the post, but give it a future, what's the word? You can schedule it to go out again later. So you can always schedule a new post to go out whenever, but you can never really schedule a current post to have an updated revision to get republished, if that makes sense. So it's over on GitHub. I'll link to it in the show notes. Again, it's called Revisions Extended. It's pretty cool. I really like that. So it's there's a little GIF to show how it works as well, and check that out. All right. That is it this week. Nice and short episode. I'm going to wrap it up here. If you have any questions, go ahead, send it in via email, adam@KitchensinkWP.com, or use the SpeakPipe function of the website. If you want to support the show, you can become a Patreon. I would love that. KitchensinkWP.com/Patreon. You can sponsor the show. There's a form on the website. If you happen to have an idea for a side hustle, you want some business coaching, some accountability, check out the offering over at adamsilver.com. Thanks for listening. See you next week. Now go out and do some awesome things with WordPress. All right? Bye-bye. Quick little PS. If you haven't left a review for this podcast, go ahead and do it. Come on, it'd be great. Just trying to extend the reach of what I've been doing here for 7.5 years. So leave me a nice positive review over at iTunes. I'd appreciate it. Okay, thanks. Bye.